strange. Something strange.
Is that strange?
That is strange.
That is strange.
Wow, that is strange. This is strange.
On the day they opened the Jeffrey Epstein case, 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid were shipped over to the island. Was this for a reverse osmosis system, or was this to dissolve some bodies? Okay, we got to talk about this, Flex. What's going on, brother?
I feel like every episode I start with a because I'm so tired of this. But yeah, and we'll touch base a little bit on Epstein and the relation tied in stuff to the Super Bowl and the barrels of drum and jerky now that's in the emails, like
dirty jerky.
Like what? Well, I'm coming in blind here, folks. Usually I have stuff for Greg. I've watched the Super Bowl. I've been watching the Epstein stuff. This weekend I didn't watch it. Probably the first time in 20 years.
We got a lot for you, Flex, okay?
Yeah.
I told you so is going to be mind blown, all right?
That's it.
You're probably going to already know this because you're supposed to be telling me all this shit, but hey, now the roles have reversed here. So.
Yeah, I literally had to take a break from it this weekend because I was I'm very upset with one thing. We are just not getting this. We're not getting this. We're divided, and it was so easy to see. We got divided on which freaking halftime show you were going to watch. Both of them.
Yeah. And Turning Point
evil.
USA is no better, right? And so, like, for people who don't know, if people don't know, Flex, what happened? Like, what did the conservatives come out and say? Like, hey, we're off. Like, what happened?
Kid Rock and the conservatives decided to do their own show, which they were saying to people, flip the channel over.
In halftime show, you're saying, right?
At halftime show. Bad Bunny, listen, we could do a whole deep dive on that guy. He's one of these guys. Like we know it. The whole halftime show was in Spanish. He didn't come out in a dress.
Did you see the audience? I saw videos of the audience. They're just like standing there confused.
Yeah.
Like, what is he saying? Like, what?
And if you look up the lyrics to what he was saying.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
And two guys were inside a convertible Jeep grinding with each other. Like, how often can we swear without being like, screw off. And the thing is, folks, I know there's people here. I'm not going to shit on you. But shame on you if you watch the Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I don't
I was
watch
one
Super
of them.
Bowl. Oh,
I know it's a planned ritual, but hey, I watch it for the show, okay? I didn't want to watch it because I know it's planned. And the reason why I know it's planned is I called the frickin' Seahawks going years ago. Like last May, I said, hey, there's a conspiracy that every year we get a new pope. The Seahawks go to the Super Bowl, not necessarily win, but they will go. I missed my chance on making thousands of dollars. I am so mad at myself for not even betting on this. Like, my God.
You could have retired and we could have done this show daily, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm mad about.
But it's this division. And I was having a chat with my friend who was at down in Texas. And he said to me in a bar afterwards, they were watching it. And when the halftime show came off, they turned off the TV because they're like, America, fuck. Blah, blah, blah. It's the same shit. It's this division. You fell for it. Like, I didn't watch any of it. I saw a couple clips today just so I can catch up, or yesterday so I can catch up with what we're talking about today. But
dude, there was a couple things.
Sorry.
Yeah, there was a couple things about the Super Bowl that I noticed. One, you're right. Like the Epstein files went out the window. It became like Bad Bunny versus Kid Rock lip syncing because like apparently he was just lip syncing the entire time.
Yeah.
It was bad, dude. But like it was this left-right paradigm. And then like the first score was a field goal from the 33-yard line. So it's like this 33 homage. And then it was the most amount of field goals in a Super Bowl. Like, how many times are we going to do this? There was actually a time where the clock stopped at 11 seconds and it was 9:11 on the screen for like a good old chunk of time there. So, yeah, we had a good back and forth in the Telegram chat, kind of talking about certain things here and there. But yeah,
Yeah. And I actually posted in the Telegram chat because I saw a few people talking about it. And I was thinking the same way about this, about are these people really blackmailed? And I think you came in, Greg, and you were sort of, because I didn't mean to be like, are they being blackmailed? I think a lot of what we're seeing, they wanted to do this. Because I'm not seeing emails saying, you took video of me, you drugged me, what's going on here? Like there's none of that. We're not seeing the word blackmail in there. I think these are just psychopaths that did what they wanted to do. And I don't think for the most of them give a shit if they're like, well, if you don't do this, I'm going to tell on you. They don't care. They want money and they want power.
Well, not only that, but I think they're willing to snitch on each other here, Flex, because I don't know if you've heard.
Well, they will, yes.
But Bill Clinton has been subpoenaed to appear in court, and he wants to testify. He's like, I would love to testify. Please get me on the stand, because he's fucking Slick Willie for a reason. He will flip the tables on them and say, hey, look, we did this, this, and this. Like, these guys did all this stuff, and he is going to tell his side of the story, which I think there's going to be a lot that spills out of his mouth, right?
Until this is settled, go to your employer, get the form. I don't know what the name of the form is for you guys in the US, and tell them, I don't want taxes taken off my paycheck. Don't pay your tax. Don't spend the money, and don't file. There's no reason this should continue. How can we be paying? Corruption is hard to prove. You know, you give the money. This is enough right now where every post that I'm seeing is like, this is the real tax strike. We shouldn't be paying anything to these people that are eating kids, drinking their blood. Yeah. And there's a form you can fill out. Now, don't be stupid and don't spend the money. But they only need like 1 million or 2 people to do this. And then the government will be, there is no government anymore. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Did I hear you? Yes, that would be so great if everybody at once just pulled the plug on taxes. I mean, my God.
That's the only, you shouldn't be paying.
Lydia, real quick in the chat, Lydia 381, she's like, that's why Donnie says he likes Bill now. I don't know if you've seen the clips of, like, he hates Thomas Massey, who's more MAGA than him and MAGA, but like
Trump.
Yeah,
they're going to win the midterms. He's going to get impeached, or he's going to get sick, get out of office. I don't care if I'm hurting people's feelings, but I don't understand what this guy is doing anymore. You know, I don't. Like, there should be court martials and military trials right now happening with the information they have already. And the video that I sent you today, which we can play.
Yeah, let's do that.
This lady, I don't know who she is, but yeah.
Oh yeah, this lady.
And
Ghislaine
Maxwell is trying to negotiate silently a bargain with Trump. I'm like, no.
Yes, no. I know, dude. I know. So hold on. Let's play this video. I think you're right. I think this is a lawyer who is representing Ghislaine Maxwell. Maybe this guy will explain it. Here, let's watch.
He does explain it a bit.
Okay, here we go.
They all lied to us. Kash Patel lied. The Trump administration lied. Pam Bondi lied. The Department of Justice lied. The Attorney General's lied. Todd Blanche lied. That's all our government has done. The Trump administration and everything that Trump campaigned on. He's an absolute liar. He stabbed us in the back. We did everything that he told us to do. We went out and voted. We campaigned. We rallied. We protested. We went down to Mar-a-Lago for the premiere of Police State. We promoted Dinesh's films. We championed Fight with Cash. We went down to Tennessee and helped Kash Patel kick off his Fight with Cash Foundation, which was supposed to be designed to protect and encourage more FBI whistleblowers to come forward. And this is what we get. Unacceptable. My man Parody Jeff, he goes by @Backup Jeff over on X. Backup Jeff is the one who got deplatformed. He was the one who was mocking and humiliating Laura Loomer, and X just went and completely deleted his account with over, I think it was close to 1 million followers. It was well over 100K, that's for sure. And now he's got Parody Jeff, back up and live. So if you guys aren't following Jeff, I'm gonna leave links below. If you despise Laura Loomer and she thinks she's an evil satanic witch from wherever she's from, yeah, you want to follow this guy. And he says, this is how moved she was after seeing the unredacted files. Kash Patel lied, Pam Bondi lied, everyone lied. They all knew about it. They all knew that there was this elite network of pedophiles. And we're not talking about just a few politicians, not a few billionaires. We're talking about people in our intelligence agencies, in the Navy, in the government, in the president's office, all of them. They all lied, and they're all in on it, and they're all covering and protecting pedophiles. It's cut and dry. Check this clip out.
It is Monday, February 9th. We are just walking out of the deposition with Ghislaine Maxwell after the House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed Ms. Maxwell to speak to the committee in our ongoing bipartisan investigation into the crimes of Jeffrey Epstein and to hold those accountable who have not yet been investigated and convicted of those crimes. As was evidenced this morning, Ghislaine Maxwell did not provide information to the committee and instead invoked her blanket Fifth Amendment rights.
Yes, she did.
While we are not able to speak to the specifics of what was said within the deposition until the deposition record is made public, it is very clear that she used this opportunity to not only campaign for clemency as she has been doing, but also to send a direct message that she is hoping that people who were sitting in the deposition will transmit to the President of the United States, which is that her silence can be bought through clemency. It is very clear that that is the message that she is trying to send directly to Donald Trump himself. Directly. She is telling Donald Trump through her deposition that she is trying to buy her clemency. Now, she did state that she is taking and invoking her Fifth Amendment rights because of a pending habeas petition before the Southern District of New York. But let us be clear. Her case appeals have already gone to the United States Supreme Court and they have been denied. She is not being released from jail unless, of course, Donald Trump buys what she's selling. So we want to be clear that she is exactly where she's supposed to be in terms of her conviction, and she needs to go back to the prison where she belongs. Now, we have a lot of questions for Ms. Maxwell with regards to what actually happened in Epstein's affairs, who was directly involved in the sex trafficking, money laundering, and influence peddling scheme that she and Jeffrey Epstein were involved in, how Donald Trump was involved, and whether or not he committed any crimes himself, as did his many associates who are named in the Department of Justice files. Let us be clear that Donald Trump is not only named thousands of times in the latest release from the Department of Justice, he is named over 38,000 times in the files that were released 2 weeks ago alone. And we know that that only represents half of the files that the Department of Justice has in its possession, including files that were used for direct investigations of perpetrators, people who committed crimes, people who were co-conspirators in those crimes, and individuals who knew of those crimes. We know that there are multiple administration officials, including Howard Lutnick, Elon Musk, who served as the appointee for the Doge efforts in the White House. We know that the Secretary of Navy. We know that Steve Bannon. We know that there are more than 36 associates, family members, and individuals directly associated with Donald Trump named in those files. Now, there are now at least 9 or 10 other countries across the world that have opened investigations or forced their leaders to step down because of their mere association with Jeffrey Epstein. And the United States government is engaged in an active cover-up of the largest sex trafficking scandal and influence peddling scandal in the history of the United States, and Donald Trump is right at the center of it. And the person who is living to provide the evidence, who knows what is going on, is trying to invoke the Fifth to buy her clemency. So let's be clear on what we saw here today. This was an effort to essentially try to secure her pardon by keeping her mouth shut. And we will not allow this silence to stand. It was announced late last week that the Department of Justice would allow members of Congress to view the unredacted files of the files that have been released, and many of us will head to the Department of Justice today to look at the memos and internal documents of the Department of Justice that were removed from the website to understand why names of survivors were unmasked and why and who the Department of Justice is shielding as they have redacted files that include perpetrators and co-conspirators.
They all lied to us.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so real quick. So Ghislaine Maxwell, that was a very long clip, by the way, Flex. You got to give me a warning there, because I was like, should I go to the bathroom, or should I I could have taken a piss break.
Go cook some dinner, put the kids to sleep,
exactly.
Make love to the wife, come back, and the video will be halfway done.
Dude, I'm a Minuteman. I can make myself. I should be a Greg Minuteman. There we go.
Listen, as long as you're Minuteman and not Microsoft Man.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
You gotta watch last week's episode for that inside joke, folks.
Yeah. So, but like Ghislaine Maxwell, she pled the fifth. She had her deposition today. She said, I want to talk, I want to do all this stuff, but I've been advised to plead the fifth. Every single time she was asked a question, I plead the fifth, blah, 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 blah. She is trying to buy clemency, saying, I will tell you what you need to know, but you got to let me out of prison. And that is essentially what clemency means. Like, you got to dissolve me of all my crimes and let me go. And so here is what I think Trump should do is first of all, put her back in the fucking prison, bro. Put her in with the jail. Put her in with the dirtiest of the dirtiest jail cells she can find.
She's the dirtiest person in the world. She is one of the most evilest person in the world.
Gitmo? I mean, send her over to Gitmo.
I thought they were all Gitmo.
Yeah, Gitmo.
That's gonna be a T-shirt, Gitmo, and then it's gonna say my ass. Come on, bro. No.
Well, yeah. No. So that would be first of all, and then second of all, if she still does not comply, I'd say, okay, well then you're gonna fucking die. Like, we're gonna kill your ass if you don't tell us within 24 hours, 48 hours. Like, you got less than a day. Make up your mind. See you later. Right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't get. I just
because you got to set an example. If you let her get away with this, like, what does that show the rest of the world? Like, oh, well, if I talk, maybe they'll let me go. Like, no, fuck that.
That nobody can get away with this. And some of the videos that I've seen, they're like Pam Bondi has said in the past, like, we can't do what you want us to do because everything will crash and burn. Well, it needs to crash and burn. We can't have. I'm just talking government. Forget about Hollywood and sports. Let's just talk government here, folks. You can't have these government officials that put policies in place, do what they're doing to run the country, run the world, and control us, be doing what they've been doing. Like, it has to crash and burn. I don't know. On the weekend, we had I jumped into the Telegram chat with some of our family members, and that's all I said was it has to crash and burn. I don't know how, but it has to happen. It has to happen. It has to happen.
Yeah. No, I hear what you mean, man. And like, there was a mention, that woman, I think she was the head of some sort of, I'm sorry, I don't know who that lady was that was speaking. Like, I think she belongs to Congress somehow, but she said that Congress received the unredacted files, right? And they were going through them. And one thing that I found here that kind of
what happens if they see their own name in there? That's what I mean. Like, members of Congress are probably in these files. Imagine reading
dude.
And going,
exactly.
Oh shit, so I'm in here.
This is her name, Representative Stansberry. I'm seeing this Jewish sign next to her, so I don't know if she's like pro-Israel.
Hey, listen, this is a problem that affects the entire world. I don't care if you're black, white, Chinese, wear the small cap, wear a baseball cap, or want to get capped. I don't give a shit. This has to be dealt with.
So here is... Yes. Okay, so here we go. So this is a representative being asked by somebody, some reporter, and this is Representative Ballant. After seeing unredacted Epstein files, she said, quote, "They are a bunch of sick fucks. So many people knew." She also said that Trump lied about kicking Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, which I think is right. I don't think Trump kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago at all.
You did say that. You did say that.
So listen to this, dude. Listen to this 1 minute clip here. Okay.
Just wanted to ask you, have you had a chance to review any of the unredacted files over at the DOJ, the Epstein files?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I just came from there.
What can you tell us?
There's a bunch of sick fucks.
and I mean, anything more that we don't know? I feel like that's pretty well established.
I know. I think the part that is just so disgusting is that so many people knew.
Did he have any ties to any intelligence agencies? We've established some in our reporting, but wanted to know based on the file.
I only had about a half hour, so I'm going to go back again tomorrow. So mostly today I was just trying to go through a couple documents that was particularly interested in finding out.
What were those?
One was related to whether or not Trump, had ever kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, as he claimed.
What'd you find?
It's not true.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Okay, so we'll see. She's very confident. That's a lie, right? But like, I've done the research, and that claim comes from that guy who wrote the book, and that's it, right? He sat next to the spa owner, the former Mar-a-Lago spa owner, never cites her name, never says what flight it was, where he was going to, all this other stuff, right? Missing details, right? So
a lot of important details.
Yeah. And it's like you kick out Epstein, but you don't kick out Ghislaine Maxwell, who was the one in the lawsuit, admittedly, trafficking the children, like taking the young spa workers, Virginia Guffey, from Mar-a-Lago to meet up with Epstein. She was the one doing the dirty work, not Epstein. See what I mean? Yeah, like why wasn't she kicked out, Anyway, so that is interesting. I want to see what they find out about that avenue, but I don't think that it's fair that Congress gets to see the unredacted files and we don't. Like, what? Why are they like, what's the purpose of this? Are they trying to decide whether or not to release it to the public?
Yeah, they're probably going to decide what they want to release.
Yeah.
They're probably going to go in and redact even more things, even though they're looking at the unredacted. Let's just like we've said, take the Band-Aid, rip it off. It's got to all blow up, and it should all blow up. Yeah. I'm sorry. It has to. It
does. Well, yeah. So I do want to dive into these files that I named the episode after, right? The 55-gallon drums that of like sulfuric acid that were shipped to Jeffrey Epstein's island. And this comes from a couple of documents, right? This guy, 50 Shades of Whey, like whey protein or whatever. He said on the same exact day that the FBI opened a child sex trafficking case against Epstein in 2018, he ordered half a dozen 55-gallon containers full of sulfuric acid to his private island. It could be a coincidence, but what are the odds, right? And we always ask that. What are the damn odds,
At this point, if you're still always asking that question, you're the one that's odd. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't be the odd one out.
Don't be the odd one out. Like, it has proven, and I've been getting messages all week from friends that thought I was crazy, thought they're just like, and I just said, I literally, that's why our numbers are probably going up. Like our last show got over 1,000 views because I said, I'm not going to talk to you about it. Go watch the show.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hot topic. That's for sure. Everybody wants to know about Epstein right now, but like here is December 6, 2018, the FBI New York initiated a child sex trafficking case against Epstein. And then right here, you have this wire transfer request form. And this is Gemini Seawater Services, LLC, the same day, December 6, 2018. And you go down here, and this is for
what's the amount there?
The amount is $4,373.17.
That's quite a bit.
Right. Yeah. And so like you're getting 6 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid with fuel and insurance charge for transport, blah, 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 materials for conductivity probes. And so everybody's like, well, wait a second. That's what you burn bodies with, right? You dissolve bodies with sulfuric acid. Even in Breaking Bad, Walter White used acid to break down the bodies.
Didn't Dahmer use that as well?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, right? And so if you do the math, though, like 5 or 6 times 55 is 330. So you get that magic number 33.
Nah, you're just making that up.
I know, man. I know. It's like, what are the odds, right?
What are the odds?
That was like, to me, I was like, okay, so the calling sign is there. You get the 33, and here we go. But so like people were starting to dig into this, and they're going, okay, what is this for? Like, what what is like the legit reason why he would be ordering sulfuric acid? And the actual emails, so there's other emails that were suggesting that this was actually used as part of the water purification system on the island because of all the heavy seawater and all this stuff, right? The salt water. You need to use this reverse osmosis system.
I've never heard that before.
Well, apparently that's what it is. And so like this sulfuric acid is routinely used in such systems to regulate pH levels, soften the water, improve filtration efficiencies. And so I have these other documents here that were part of the Epstein files, right? And they go on talking about, I just received an email regarding the pH level in our water. This is from Roy Hodges to Jeffrey Epstein, and then some other people here. But he's talking about like there's not a membrane issue, but the seawater in our area seems to result in the high pH when it's processed through the RO system. So they're talking about having there needs to be a sulfuric acid injection pump added in order to offset this. So they're kind of telling you, hey, maybe it was there for this water filtration.
If it was anybody other than Epstein,
Right.
I would believe that. That's the thing, right? Like
Exactly.
the sad thing is maybe that's what this is actually for, but you've already done like your character is done.
Yeah.
Like we're not going to believe any of this.
Yeah, no one believes it. And then this
Nobody
guy
would believe it.
This guy
because
pitches,
of who he is.
Yeah, this person says desalinization plants use sulfuric acid to adjust the pH and requires about 8 gallons of sulfuric per 100,000 gallon or GDP, whatever GDP is. And then not many structures on Epstein Island. So at most, that's 400 GPD average for a hotel. So they're asking one, this is like really poor sentence structure, by the way, but one, did Epstein Island have a desalinization plant? And two, why did they need so much sulfuric acid? And even, I think Elon Musk chimed in.
Of course he did.
He was like, that's super weird. That's very,
that's exactly how he said it.
that is very weird. I'm Elon Musk and I talk so weird. Yeah. When's the wildest party on the island there? Elon? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
Right. So, like, what do you think, Flex? Do you think that this sulfuric acid, like, drums, right? Like, a big enough drum that you could just plop some bones and body parts in?
like, we just watched a video of this lady saying they're all sick fucks.
Yeah.
So follow the money, follow all of that. We're going to talk a little bit about the beef jerk, you know.
Yeah, dude. We can go
which
there
I think
now.
is tied into the beef jerk, which is now code for adrenochrome or actual
Child
meat.
jerky. I think it's like child meat or something like that. So,
We know,
okay.
like, ooh,
Well, so like, here's the deal is you had this YouTuber, Osmond Gold. He's been doing some really good analysis on Epstein and just it's breaking down certain stories, and he asks very detailed questions, and he's a thinker. Okay. That's what I like about this guy. He's fucking funny, but he's a gamer. He plays video games. His video is, or his channel is known for videos on how to play video games and video games reviews and all this stuff, from what I could tell. But he's been diving into news stories and just random stories like this. And he came up on Reddit conspiracy where jerky equals child meat. And what he did was he searched for jerky throughout the Jeffrey Epstein emails and notices that the word jerky keeps coming up.
yeah.
Okay. So Epstein and his friends keep referring to eating jerky, but this jerky was able to walk around. They would fly in the jerky. There were recipes mentioned that would never be used for traditional jerky. One search shows that, quote, there are no recorded or public known images of Jeffrey Epstein with beef jerky or something like that. I don't know. So we have this clip. We can play this. I have my thoughts. But let's check.
And you said, now, do you think this guy is an organic person that just happens to be there? Oh, this is my concern now.
This guy?
Because you said he's jumped up like with millions of views, and I'm
Oh yeah. He's had a gigantic. He's had a big channel beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he gonna be like an Ian Carroll? Okay.
Yeah. He's completely organic. At least
he looks like. Is that Jesus there? Like what?
Yeah. He looks like Encino Man a little bit here.
It's it.
Hope you are feeling better. Did we analyze the jerky? Why didn't we get jerky this week? I also added more to the jerky and ginger lemongrass. Thank you so much. Super cool. Beef jerky, delicious. Jojo is here and we'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. Why would jerky walk around? Why would it do that? Delicious lunch, beef jerky. Steve and I are very grateful above all for your friendship. Some of these emails are so wholesome, aren't they? It's too bad they eat kids. A small insulated bag would be fine. I don't remember checking it. No need for crazy amounts of ice. One should do. There is one bag of beef jerky in the fridge. Please get it. Also, Blank has more at her place. Please get it from her as well. I suppose it needs to be in a cold, insulated bag. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. J.E. said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. He said he has 6 bags of it in a downstairs freezer. Why would you freeze jerky? Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, and it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt like it was more important for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off. My plan is to make a batch before I leave for LSJ, and some of that will go to Steve, and the rest will go to you at LSJ when I arrive. Little St. James Island. That's what LSJ must mean. So logically, that means that they were doing this off of the island. Steve Hansen is sending jerky to your attention overnight. I believe it should be enough to get him through. Jeffrey Epstein is asking to bring him more jerky. I'm flying in on Friday. I will bring jerky. Is there a time I could come say hi and drop off the beef jerky? And that's from Jeffrey Epstein. Francis has time to come tomorrow. Show me how to make it. Jerky class anyone. He will bring you to taste his new jerky recipe from the restaurant. He sends a warm hello. He's working at a restaurant called guys, the restaurant's called Cannibal and Cooks. Wait for it. Beef jerky and steak. Can Blank make some jerky? I think we should landscape all around the house to use the water if possible, if the main house is not enough. Are there any recorded images of Jeffrey Epstein with beef jerky at all? No, there are no recorded or publicly known images of Jeffrey Epstein with beef jerky. Who sent?
Yeah. So, and then it just kind of cuts off there. But like very strange and specific discussions about beef jerky, right? Like they were obsessed with it.
Just like with the Pizzagate stuff.
Right.
Just exactly, cheese pizza, hot dog, ice cream. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so
this is gonna get bad.
Well, now, so I'm thinking like just logically here, like let's just think that this is not child meat, okay? Let's just say this actually was beef jerky, okay? I'm thinking you're on an island. You want a source of protein, dehydrated meat, probably a better solution than frozen meat than anything else, right? But I'm thinking this is a billionaire, right? And he has a shitload of money. You have a lot of resources to get frozen meat to the island.
He could catered shit like,
exactly.
Oh boy. Come on.
So that washes that idea right out the window. I'm like, okay, so jerky is something else in these messages to me, because I'm thinking this is just way too much detail and conversation about jerky. And that's
could it be adrenochrome?
It's either
he's
that.
Like, I need 6 to 8 ounces of it. It didn't last as long.
Right.
Could it be blood?
You know what I'm saying?
Blood.
Yeah, it could be.
Which is just as bad. Like,
yeah, because there was
blood from children or their skin. Like, how do you?
There was this one message right here where he's saying Steve needs 8 to 6 ounces here. Let me just play this part real quick here.
Which is like, that's how big my steak is when I eat, which is this much, but 6 to 8 ounces.
Right. Well, and then let me get into what he says right here. So Steve needs 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, roughly 2 pounds, and it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt it was more important for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off or away or whatever. And then it says, my plan is to make a batch before something, 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 which will go to Steve and the rest of you at Little St. James Island when I arrive, right?
6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, and it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt like it was more important for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off.
Why would you say that?
Yeah.
I felt it was more important for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off. Why would you say that? Right?
I mean, with adrenochrome, apparently you can't take it all the time. You have to space it out. But same with eating human meat. You know, if you're eating human meat and you stop, it does something to you too. It's one or the other.
Prions?
It's not real. This is real. Like this is code for something.
Right. Well, and then so they go in and we're talking about, because he was pushing back on it. He was playing devil's advocate. He was pushing back and be like, okay, well, like, maybe because he's like, I love jerky, you know, like I could see them going like heavy ham conversations on jerky, but he's like, this is a lot, you know what I mean? Like this is odd. And then he's talking about, well, he was talking about the weight. So he's like, if this was child meat, right? And he's like, what's the average weight of a child? You know, and he starts getting really into the details, and he's like, okay, so if we're talking about 8-pound baby, right? And he's like, if you cook meat, it shrinks, right? Like you all start with like 3 pounds of beef.
And it could be organs, right? So that's why it can end up being 6 to 8 ounces, because it's a smaller amount. Eating the heart, eating the organs.
Right. And that's where he was going, oh, well, okay. Now we're thinking like 6 to 8 ounces out of that 8 pounds, right?
And like what Whitney's saying here, it sounds like a drug deal. So
yes,
it's something not good.
Yeah.
My plan is to make.
Oops. Sorry, I'm gonna exit out of this. So yeah, it's like that's where I'm thinking like this guy's on to something here, because like that is way too much jerky talk through emails and talking about when you're gonna make the next batch, how much Steve needs. It went through, it was only lasted like half the amount of time it was supposed to. Like, you guys have a duration that your jerky's supposed to last? Like, what?
Like, jerky, I mean, that's why it's dried. It can last for a very long time.
Yeah.
A very long time. So it's obviously, it's a good point. It's obviously something that has a small shelf life.
Yeah.
Which I would think adrenochrome probably, maybe, even if it's in the fridge, but if it is meat of some type.
Yeah. And then like this guy, you know, he was like, why do you need to put jerky in the freezer? We have Eric Petersman 1389. He says you don't need to refrigerate jerky or ice it down, right? And now I will say there are like some jerky that I've seen refrigerated just to make it last longer, like if there's no preservatives in it, right?
Yeah. Like when I look at the jerky that's at the gas station, it's on the shelves right by the gum and the protein bars.
Yeah.
That's not refrigerated. So I don't know, man.
Right. And then so another thing that I was thinking about is they're putting children meat like as leather, you know, like, cause think about the red shoe conspiracy where you are making shoes out of children, right? That's literally the red shoe conspiracy is you have child sacrifices and you make shoes out of their skin and it's real human leather, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right.
And what color was Lady Gaga's shoes at the Super Bowl? Red.
Oh shit. Were they?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. She's guilty. Yeah. Lock her up right now. That's enough proof. No. Yeah, that's like...
Allegedly, that's what we're saying. It's made out of children. But at this point, I think these files are... Like I forgot my name is the same as I told you so. It should be we told you so. But yeah, that's not to be like a slight on people like I told you so. But we have to all come together on this because shit like this is going to come out. And I'm very interested about the shoe Because if the shoe comes out, that's where we're going to talk about the vats of sulfuric acid that we're talking about, the jerky. So I think the adrenochrome we've known for a while, we've always talked about it, but this jerky and the shoes, the skin ends up looking like jerky when they make like,
Yeah. And Richard brings up a good point. The whole point of jerky is that it doesn't need to be refrigerated, right? Like,
that's it.
If you're going with this island theory, like they need some protein for the island, like it's going to last longer, it doesn't need to be refrigerated. Yeah. Why are you refrigerating it, bro?
Yeah.
Why is it going in the freezer? Like that is drugs. Like drugs go in the freezer. Like you got to freeze a vial of something, right? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
If it's some type of meat or a vial of something, yeah. You don't put cocaine in the fridge, not that I know of, or weed. Or it's beverage, meat that can spoil, vials, vaccines. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, there is a whole deep dive on the vaccine front with Epstein and Bill Gates. Maybe we can do that on the next episode. But like, oh man,
it all ties together to the point where it's mind numbing for me. And I've been preparing for this for 6 years, and I don't think any of us are prepared for what we're about to hear and see. I don't think we are. Think we are. When I'm hearing about the jerky stuff and the barrels of what's the stuff that we just talked about. I don't know if I'm prepared. I'm prepared for that.
I'll be up there in a minute.
We want it, but do I want to know more? Because I kind of wish I was still asleep and not as awake.
Dude, I get you. It's one of those things where I think people need to know, but people won't want to know. Definitely.
Well, that's my friend that messaged me last week when I talked to her about it years ago. She's like, JJ, I know, but I don't want to know. I can't go down that route. She's, dealing with people are stressed and dealing with depression and stuff like that. I'm the same way now, being like, I don't really want to know. I want to see some accountability, and I don't know if it's coming. It has to.
Well, I think it's going to come from us pushing back and doing something.
If it doesn't, I'm cool. I'm cool with you not arresting anybody if you get rid of taxes and get rid of the digital ID and just do your shit. No, it has to. You have to. These are victims.
Yeah, and what I don't have any confidence in this because it's becoming, and it always has been, I should say, a political issue. This hot potato of Epstein has been passed from Republicans to Democrats over and over, and you guys can see it plain as day. I mean, the Republicans were the ones saying, hey, MAGA wants to release the Epstein files. Joe Biden is a frickin' pedo. He's not doing anything because he sniffs kids and blah, blah, blah. Right. But then as soon as MAGA gets in office, they don't do fucking shit. They actually do worse than fucking shit. They cover this stuff up.
They did that. And I know there's going to be people in the chat being like, oh, well, Trump didn't campaign on it. Yes, he did. He talked about
his administration did.
The swamp. His administration did.
I mean, Bongino and Kash Patel 100% released the files.
And that's why I'm like, he didn't have to say it directly, but he talked about, Bill Clinton, he's got a lot of questions to answer about that cesspool of an island. That was part of the MAGA movement. And you guys hit it for the last year. Not sure why. I'm still not sure the play on that because it's coming out now. And I look at it being like, Biden's administration didn't come out with it. If Trump was on it doing bad stuff, would they have brought it out? Probably not, because when you bring out one, as soon as you shine a light on one thing, you're shining it on everything.
That's what I say.
So this is, this is not a laser. This is a flashlight. Like, it's just exposing everything.
Exactly, dude. So there's two more things that I wanted to bring up here, and I found that they were very strange, right? So this first one was, you have the Epstein files reveal the prosecutor's announcement dated before his death. So
what do you know?
Yeah, so the file dump includes multiple draft statements from federal prosecutors about the sex trafficker's death. One of them dated the day before Epstein died. So you had these death files saying hey, we found him dead. And this happened the day before he died. This is an issue from the Southern District of New York. U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman. And this is a draft file. You'll see like this is 19-XXX. You have like some numbers, blah, blah, blah. Draft statement announcing his death the day before he was found dead in his jail cell, right?
And they've done that a couple of times with some celebrities where it's kind of got onto the news the day before. And we always think that, it's just a mistake, but then it's just kind of like,
right.
I don't know. I mean,
well, you know what? It's hilarious. I looked this up. Let's see if they say it here. A review of the records show multiple versions of the similar statements with inconsistent redactions, some leaving phone numbers, names, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is just talking about them in general.
And there's that photo that's been going around of him walking around with a beard with people around him. And I'm like, if someone overlaid his, I'm like I said, my side profile, it's me, even if I have a big beard. Same with Greg. I mean, that's definitely him. It could be AI, but it is him.
Well, so like this whole story about like the official death announcement before he was actually dead. There's two different documents that show up in the emails. One of them is on the actual day that he died, so like August 10th. And then you have this one that was released on August 9th, right? And they were saying that, like, I looked up Snopes.
Oh, yeah.
And they were saying, like, well, it was just an unfortunate documentation error. And it was just a draft, so it was never released, so it was just a draft. I'm like, but why are you drafting this at all?
Like the same draft between Bill Gates and Epstein about the STD and stuff like that. Like, it's just very convenient.
Right. And so the whole thing seems planned from the get-go, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which leads me to think that either he is still alive and they were like planning this whole thing out, saying like, hey, you got to draft your statement about finding the body, make sure that's good to go, send me over a copy, whatever, right? For some reason, that U.S. attorney creates the draft on August 9th, the day before he's found dead. Epstein is found dead, right? So that's just very strange to me.
I think he's still alive and he's running everything still. I mean,
dude, I think Jeffrey Epstein's Q at this point. Why the fuck not?
You said Q. I thought you said cute.
Oh, no. No. I don't swing that way, my friend.
What? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. No, I think that he might be QAnon. Like, why not? I mean, tell me he's not. Who else is?
There's a T-shirt. Q did not kill himself. Damn, we're coming up with some good. I got to write these ones down.
Yeah,
good ones.
Right.
Yeah. Listen, at this point, I mean,
wasn't there a post, Flex, that said you'd be so surprised who you're talking to right now?
Yeah.
What if it is Epstein? Q.
Yeah, and everyone thought it was Kennedy Jr. whatever his name is.
It's Epstein.
John Kennedy. It's Epstein.
Yep. Epstein was in on it the whole time.
It's Greg. Greg is sitting there for 10 years and he's like, this is how I'm going to get my show to take off. And we're going to set Q up and stuff like that. But at this point, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like that's a big fucking what to do. I don't know. But we also had this other thing, right? So this came out a while ago. This was a blob that was seen on the film. So remember they came out like Bongino, Kash Patel came out. They released the jail cell footage and it was oddly missing some time between midnight and something. Yeah. So there's no real solid evidence on the time that Jeffrey Epstein died. Did you know that? No one really knows. Because there's missing time. Well, somebody fucking knows because they took the footage out of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They wheeled that sucker out.
But at some point in this footage, you'll see that there's this orange blob.
We showed this video to multiple video forensics experts who agreed what the FBI and others have said is simply not true. That video and other evidence led to the conclusion by the government that Epstein's death on August 10th, 2019, at 10:38 p.m., the report says someone, probably Noel, carries a bundle of bedding or clothing up the stairs. It's a rare instance the video does catch movement on the stairs, but barely. Let's see that zoomed in and in slow motion again. Several of the video forensic experts we spoke with were skeptical about the report's conclusion and thought that the video could be showing an inmate walking up the stairs. Authorities say this was the last time anyone approached his cell block until his body was discovered the next morning. We showed this video.
Did you hear that? It was the last thing before his body was found. And so here's the deal, though, is like you have the observation log of the video from the Metropolitan Correctional Center, so where he was being held at. You have a statement of the footage from them. So like OIG analysis of the video footage. And then you have the FBI analysis of the video footage. And they're two different documents. So two different groups looking at this video footage, describing what they see. The FBI says that at 10:39, that orange flash that you see going up the stairs could possibly be an inmate escorted up to that tier. So the FBI...
I thought maybe it was someone... It looked like someone was hanging themselves, too. I don't know.
Or something.
I don't know.
But like the original statement that came out from the OIG, the institution there, is saying that the orange flash could be seen going up the stairs, L upper tier. Inmates are currently on lockdown. It is possible someone is carrying an inmate linen or bedding up the stairs. And if you recall, Jeffrey Epstein's cell was loaded with linens, bro. This thing was loaded.
Yeah, they were bringing it in to stage it.
Yeah. Yeah, either that or that was Jeffrey Epstein leaving his cell. This could be Jeffrey Epstein just walking on out of there.
And what time? This all happened in the evening, right?
Yeah, so at 22:39, so 10:39 in the evening. Okay, and then it's saying at.
And when did they find it? When did they find him dead? The next morning?
Let's see. It says official reports state that Epstein died by suicide sometime before 6:30 a.m. when his body was discovered by correctional officers delivering his breakfast. No official time of death was ever determined.
So it was the morning.
Right. Well, I mean, it must have been after this 10:39, right? Maybe. But like, that's the thing, man. Did he get swapped out, right? Because then remember you have that correctional officer who left that 4chan post, confirmed that guy was real. And he left that 4chan post saying, like, you guys, I'm shaking right now. I think they swapped the body out.
And I think what you're seeing with that blob is them bringing all the shit in there and tying it up and throwing it and making it look like...
We showed this video to multiple...
Yeah, here, I'm just going to... I'll zoom in, get to the zoom in part. Yeah, the orange blob, the mysterious... Oh, shoot, I'm not even showing it. Sorry. The mysterious orange blob. Right? And see, like, that looks like somebody's hand sticking out. And if it's somebody carrying linens up, like, why would
approached his cell block until his body was...
I don't know. Why would the linens be out like that? Maybe. But try to recreate it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, this whole thing doesn't make sense to me.
No.
So,
Now, what do you think about that photo that we've seen of him walking across the street with a beard, you know?
I think it's AI, bro. I think that's been determined to be AI.
Yeah. I've seen some posts. Sorry, my cat is eating my microphone here. What do you think? Epstein's alive or dead? He doesn't care. He's living the life. Bills are paid.
Yeah. See,
no
like,
stress.
You got a lot of fake ones going around now. Like this one. You got like.
I think he would look more like that. But this is what I mean. Like,
this is the one right here, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
The guy
and then I
with
saw
earpiece.
some videos saying they went through AI and AI saying it isn't him. That's the issue we're gonna have now is we don't know. We don't know. Remember we had like a Zoom call one day and we put in like an AI that was fake and it said it was real. It was like Chris and Bangelson kissing each other or something. And
Yes.
it was like AI came out and said it was real. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, their love for each other was real, but
well, so like, yeah, exactly right. Well, this is the video or the photo that was going around. So this has been cropped, but like down here in the lower right-hand corner of the original video, you could see the Gemini symbol.
it's the Gemini or the Sora symbol.
Right. And then like these streets don't exist, I guess, in Israel. So this is like AI garbledygook. I don't know. I haven't verified that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I know Tel Aviv exists, but like Hengus, Evie, I don't know.
That's why when I see stuff like that, I'm like, people comment, I told you it was, I'm like, guys, I mean, we will never know.
You know what it feels like?
We'll never know.
It feels like that image was inserted into this whole movement to muddy the waters and to get people on the wrong track. You know what I mean?
We are already on the wrong track if we are arguing about which halftime show to watch and not arguing about, hey, we need to see some people be held accountable. But, you know, we're already not going down the right track. So the AI is just going to divide people even more, right? No, it's not real. Yes, it is real. You know?
Yeah. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know if we're ever going to get to the bottom of it. Like, will we ever know what really happened? How does that unfold to you? Like, does Congress release the files? Do we have to demand, like, is the public pressure going to get so large that they
It
have to
should
do
be.
it?
And like this Super Bowl, everyone should have boycotted it. Everyone should be like, we're not doing this shit anymore. Because just the week before, we got all these files finally come out and saying, and it's only going to get worse. Like, I'm very heated. And so my new glasses for my computer, now you can see my eyes, folks. So now, yeah, how my eyes get real big means Flex ain't happy. You know, I squint. I'm just done with the fact that they have it. We know it. If they start to arrest people in Hollywood and government and CEOs, because remember they had like 1,000 CEOs resign around 2020 and 2021.
Yep.
And that's where they were like, oh, you know, they're arresting all these people and stuff.
Well, because
like that
was a big Q thing too. Q said, watch the resigning of all these CEOs. And then it happened. So everybody's like, oh, shit. Okay.
So do these Hollywood stars and athletes and musicians disappear and we don't see them, but we never hear about it? It's almost like it's a Q post thing. If you don't see them, they ain't here kind of thing. And they don't have to tell us who's arrested. Like, do we want to know every name of every person? That's a big list of people being arrested.
Right. And that's where it kind of started with Thomas Massey introducing the bill, right? The Transparency Act. And he's saying, this will be a success when we see some high level people in handcuffs going to jail. But my thing is, if you arrest them, will they stay in jail? Like, we have corrupt judges, right?
Well, God, that's what I mean. Like, sorry, I have to stop eating that.
Uh-oh. Bad feline.
I have this little sign that says, this is a positive sign. And I looked over and I didn't see it and it was in his mouth. So this is a dad running around.
There you go.
Like this. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to distract you, Greg.
Dude, I get it. It happens, man. I have kids and I have animals. Some say synonymous.
And the laundry going off and stuff, we got to deal with. Sorry, what was your question? Sorry, folks.
I don't know if it's going to take the people to stand up to all this and basically boycott, you said boycott the Super Bowl. I'm saying boycott the election. Why vote? If this is what your tax money is going towards, and no one is going to fix this fucking problem, like, don't vote them in.
Election, taxes, anything and everything. I think it has to start at that level first. I mean, but the judges, the courts, everything.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying is, like, even if you do get somebody arrested, do they stay arrested? And like, you can point to Ghislaine Maxwell as an example of somebody staying arrested, but do you even, like, I saw the video of her in her jail cell. I don't even know if that's real. Like, I don't know what to believe.
I am amazed what AI can do.
Yes, right?
Like I'm using a program to do our t-shirts, and I literally can do ads and commercials with AI of people wearing our shirts that look very, 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 very real.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there saying, like, how do we know that any of this is even real?
This is supposedly a video sped up, of course, of Ghislaine Maxwell in her jail cell. I don't fucking think it's real. I'm sorry. I think that this can easily be faked. I think what we've seen with AI, you have to like prove it. You can't just release a video and say, trust me, bro, this is her. Like, what the fuck are we looking at here? She's just, you want me to think that she's just literally walking back and forth doing cycles like this? I don't think she's in a cell that looks like this. I think she's in a better holding unit.
Is she already gone and been taken out? Is she? I know they spend millions of dollars to expand Gitmo. Is that true?
Right.
You know, Nino today, I have Nino on my Instagram just to see what he's been saying. I've been following him again. And he's like, the rest have to come. They're coming. And people are like, Nino, I love you because you do expose stuff, but stop with it. And some people are like, yeah, they already got taken out of Gitmo. And it's like, I don't know.
Well, and another thing is like, look at this woman. I mean, you see like her body frame, her like, you see her face structure. That
and
does
why
not,
is it so unclear?
that doesn't look like Ghislaine to me.
No.
But like, not
Why
only
is
that,
it
but like
so
you see like her weight, like, right. And then if we look at Ghislaine in her deposition today,
she's way heavier.
Are you aware?
She is heavier, right?
Are you aware?
Yeah.
And that does not look like the same haircut. Like we got some different hairstyles going on, different face structures.
That could be AI and faked too.
Exactly.
Are you aware?
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't believe any of it.
I don't know, man.
I don't know what.
I don't. And that's why it's upsetting, because when the time comes for accountability of some type and they say, oh, we have arrested this person, they've had their trial, they were taken care of. Were they? Or were they just taken outside the Arctic Circle and they're living in that new land out there? I don't know, in a bunker.
Yes.
Up here in Canada, because nobody fucks with Canadians, apparently. We're too nice. I don't know, man.
I love it. Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? I think we did a good show. No,
we did a great show.
We did a fantastic job breaking down all of this questionable evidence, you guys. You guys need to like this episode or share it with a friend or do something. Maybe
like
go
it.
Yeah.
Like it, share it. And like I said, folks, this is all separation and fear. As we say, faith over fear, right? You gotta have faith in something, not these people and not the system.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Faith over fear, everybody. Look out for the shirts soon. Coming your way.
Yes, they'll be on our same link that will have the Strange Sauna stuff.
Hell yeah.
Been working hard on trying to bring people together instead of us pointing fingers. And that's not what we're trying to do here, folks. We're not pointing fingers. We're just trying to get people collectively being like, let's come together, not believe in shit anymore.
Exactly.
Just 'cause we're told to be.
Yeah. Don't be divided and don't fall for the propaganda, the bullshit, the left-right paradigm. It is destroying America and it is destroying you. So stop doing it.
Yeah.
Flex, great show, man. Hope you stay safe up there in Canada. Everybody else, stay steamy.